What's up, YouTube world? This is Luke with Wilson Auto Detailing, and today I'm on location at a customer's house detailing a Volkswagen Jetta that is very dirty. But the subject of today's video is the Tornador. What is it? How does it work? Why do you use it? Why do you want it in your world as a professional detailer, or possibly just a car enthusiast or a do-it-yourselfer? And I'm going to make, again, many more videos about the Tornador, because it is just like the ninth wonder of the world, and there's so many uses, it's ridiculous. But we're going to start today with just some uses, and because I'm detailing a car with a tan interior and it's very dirty, it's a good subject to see before and after dirt and how things are cleaned. So anyways, Tornador, subject of today's video. Now, what is this thing? In a nutshell, the Tornador is a, I think it would be safe to say that it is a professional detailing tool. It's definitely something that's geared toward the professional detailers. However, is it something that would be a good idea for a do-it-yourselfer? Absolutely, I think so. But if you're a professional detailer and you're watching this video, this is a must-have tool for you to have. Now, what is it? Basically, it could be called an air gun, or I think that'd probably be the best term to use, because in the detailing world, there are a lot of tools that you can hook up to an air compressor, and having compressed air in the detailing world is just a very good tool to have. Whether you're cleaning carpets or the dashboard or the cup holders, whatever, having compressed air is a way where you can get into cracks and crevices that you couldn't get into with other vacuums or toothbrushes or spaces that are really tight. So anyways, the Tornador is an air gun. It must be hooked up to an air compressor, as you can see with my air compressor hose right here. I have an air compressor that I think is about 5 gallons. Can't really remember. I can take you out to look at it. So here's my air compressor. It is a Porter cable, and it is how many gallons? What does it say? 6 gallons. It has a maximum PSI of 150. And I've got a 50-foot hose here because that just allows me to kind of go wherever I want. I don't have to worry about, room, or I don't have to worry about kind of pulling this and breaking it, because it is a 50-foot hose. So anyways, this is a very, I would say this is a relatively small air compressor. But anyways, so maximum of 150 PSI, and it's about 6 gallons. And this is, I use this really just for my Tornador. I don't hook up anything else to it. I don't have any other tool that really needs air or compressed air to work. So this is really dedicated for my Tornador. It has 2 different valves right here that you can hook up the hose to, right here and on the side. And it's just a standard air compressor. Now, got the rest of my stuff right here. Bunch of products, different thing, my toolbox, got a polishing kit in the car, got a extractor, everything that you need for a mobile detailing business. But anyways, I don't remember exactly, but there is a maximum pressure that the Tornador can handle. In other words, a maximum PSI. Sorry, I'm trying to fix my phone here. I ordered a tripod yesterday off of Amazon. So my videos are about to suck way less because the tripod will help so much. That will work. Okay, so there is a maximum PSI that the Tornador can handle. In other words, and I'm pretty sure it's, what is it, 90 or 120? It might be 120. I think 120 is the max PSI. In other words, any air gun that you buy is going to have a maximum PSI kind of value that it can handle before it's too much and it's going to damage the machine or damage the tool. So if you shoot too much compressed air through this machine, like if you shoot 200 PSI, you're going to damage this machine because it's not made to handle that much. So I'm pretty sure, I think 90 actually, I think 90, you'll have to look it up, but I'm pretty sure 90 PSI is the maximum that this Tornador can handle. Now, what makes the Tornador different from a regular air gun that they're really common in the detailing world? Well, the Tornador, yes, it shoots out compressed air through a little trigger right here. Okay, but it has a, let's see if you can see, this thing right here, this little rod inside, this tube, it's a metal tube, okay, and it spins in a circular motion when the air is shot out. So this does not just shoot pressurized air or compressed air. This shoots compressed air in a circular fashion. Now, normally, things like this kind of seem like a marketing trick, where you're like, don't get the regular air gun, get the one that shoots the air in a circular fashion. It'll break up the dirt way better and da-da-da. And my channel, like my videos, are kind of dedicated to cut through all the hype and the false advertising and the misinformation and simplify your detailing world. But this machine actually, it's legitimate. When the air is shot in a circular or tornado form, which is why it's called the tornador, it really does break up the dirt in a more efficient way and just quicker and yeah, just more efficiently really, rather than just shooting a straight line of compressed air. Now, this is obviously not just an air gun because it has a solution tank that is hooked up to it right here. So there is a little lever on this side right here. It goes up and it goes down. When it is down like this, it only shoots out compressed air. When it is up, it actually shoots out compressed air. Sorry about the cars going by. Once again, my videos are on location in the real detailing world. So I am booked all week long this week with cars, so I'll probably make a bunch of videos. But when the lever is flipped up, the tornador shoots out compressed air in a circular motion, as well as whatever solution you put in this tank. So you can put all-purpose cleaner in here. You can put degreaser. So like you can use this on, for example, an engine. If you want to degrease your engine, but you don't really want to scrub all that much, you hook up water and degreaser inside this tank, and you just shoot it at all the grease in the engine, and it would actually probably work. I've never tried that before, but it just came to my head and it sounds like a good idea. But the point is, because this shoots out such a high PSI coupled with solution, the idea is that you don't have to scrub as much, you don't really have to do as much manual labor. This tool should kind of break up the dirt on whatever you're working on for you. So whether it be the door or the carpets or whatever, the circular compressed air with the solution, the idea is that it breaks up the dirt for you. And the pressure of the solution hitting the surface in that circular motion breaks up that dirt. Now, much like a steamer is used to do what? Well, it kind of enhances your cleaning ability, right? Because it heats up to a very high temperature whatever surface you're working on. So if you treat a really dirty leather seat with all-purpose cleaner and then you use a steamer, well, that hot steamer kind of boosts the cleaning power of the all-purpose cleaner because it heats it up. I don't know if you guys know anything about chemistry, but I was a pre-med major or pre-med focus, and had a biology chemistry focus for a long time, and so I studied a lot about chemistry. And as you heat things up, particles move faster. As temperature increases, pressure or kinetic energy increases, and so that's super boring, but it actually makes a lot of sense in the detailing world, because as you heat up your cleaner actually becomes more effective because those particles are moving faster, and so it requires you to do less work. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's actually the science behind it. So anyways, unfortunately, this is not a steamer. Well, not unfortunately, but it's just a different tool. This is not a steamer, so it doesn't shoot out hot water or hot solution. Just shoots out whatever room temperature solution or room temperature water. So let me show you how I'm using this in this moment. And once again, I'm going to make a ton of videos about this because this is just a tool that I use on tires sometimes, I use on engines, I use on carpets, I use on even windows with certain things, cracks, crevices, all sorts of things. So let me show you how I use this and what I'm about to do with this specific tool, the Tornador, in this specific scenario. Okay, so as you can see, I'm working on a Volkswagen Jetta once again, and it's never been detailed, so it's very dirty. I'm pretty sure they're getting ready to sell it, but anyways, this little panel right here, and it actually has a name, and I don't know why I'm blanking, probably because I'm on camera, but you can see that it's very dirty, because this is a place where, hopefully my camera focuses in, this is a place where people drag their feet as they're getting into the car, right, because it's going into the entry of the car. So this is a place where many people drag their feet, and it gets very, very dirty very, very quickly. It gets a lot of scuff marks on it. Now, I've got my interior detailing caddy with all of its wonders and pockets, and what I'm going to use here is I'm going to spray some degreaser on this paneling. I'm going to scrub it with my magic eraser, because the magic eraser is a great tool to get rid of scuff marks. And you can actually, this is just a wet magic eraser. I didn't even put any solution, but you can see how that just cleaned that. Like, I'll have to make more videos about the magic eraser because it's just the 10th wonder of the world next to the Tornador. But anyways, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do is I am going to take some degreaser, and this in particular degreaser, this particular degreaser is not my Meguiar's Super Degreaser. It is Purple Power diluted 5:1, and I'm using this Purple Power because this is kind of a lower end car, and it's very economical, and I'm gonna have to use a lot of it to get this car clean. So I just went ahead and reached right for this because I need some heavy cleaning power, and this will give me some heavy cleaning power. So here's what I do is I will literally just spray the degreaser just like this all across, just like that. So that degreaser is kind of foamed up all across this paneling, okay? And I will take my magic eraser and I'll just rub a little bit, just like this, across the this panel right here. And I'll rub some extra where the scuff marks are. I'll get in behind here as well. And then, yes, you could just mop it up and it would be fine. You could just mop it up with a microfiber towel. But there's some cracks and crevices here and in between this gasket and the plastic piece, some cracks here. And so what I'll do sometimes is I'll take my Tornador, and I actually have, the only thing I have inside the solution tank is water, because I don't actually hook solution up into it. I just hook regular water up into it because I've found it to be really effective whenever I pre-treat an area with a specific cleaning agent like a degreaser. The water just kind of works as, the Tornador works as kind of a rinser. So instead of just mopping this up and leaving some dirt trapped in this crevices and between this gasket and leaving some dirt in this crevice, I want to go completely level 10. I want to do the best job possible. So I will actually use the Tornador with the switch flipped up, so the water is going to spray out, and it's going to actually rinse. It's going to rinse this whole thing and rinse these cracks and crevices. So check this out. I don't know how well you're going to be able to pick it up on camera, but it's going to spray. It sprays just a light kind of coating, a light kind of evaporated form of water out of it. So watch it, much like a steamer. So watch this. Okay, and you can hear that's my air compressor in the background, re-compressing the air. And then what I'll do is I'll go ahead and mop it up with a microfiber towel, just like this, okay? Very simple. And then, in order to get the excess water out from these cracks, out from this gasket, all I do is I put the lever on the Tornador down so that only compressed air comes out, and then I just spray the compressed air. And bam. And then I might mop it up again with my microfiber towel, and you're done. But what that does is it keeps you from having to like detail out all these little cracks and crevices, and it just kind of simplifies your world as a pro detailer or as a do-it-yourselfer. And check out the finished product of this little paneling, you can see that all that dirt and stuff that was there before is totally gone. And all you have left behind is just a clean thing. So let me show you one more thing that is a great thing to use the Tornador on, is this piece right here. This is the some electrical pieces that move the seat forward, move the seat back, all that kind of stuff. Now, what I'll do here is, again, I'll take my light degreaser because, or not my light degreaser, I'll take my degreaser and spray it lightly on here because this is an electrical kind of cluster and you don't want to just soak this piece with any sort of liquid because common sense would say that that would be a bad idea. So you don't want to do that, but what I'll do once again is take my purple power degreaser, spray just like that, and instead of like taking my towel and trying to really detail out the crevices behind here and inside all these crevices and all around, instead of that, I'll just take either a brush like this and just scrub around, or I'll take maybe my toothbrush and I'll just scrub inside here. I'll scrub these buttons a little bit to kind of get in those cracks, scrub over here. You can actually see the degreaser is already kind of breaking down this dirt right here. I don't know if you can pick that up, but see how that's kind of dirty right there, and it's just kind of breaking that down. And then I'll just scrub in between these cracks and crevices, in between here, la da 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 da, and then once again, instead of trying to mop it up and getting all the liquid out perfectly with my microfiber towel, I'll use my Tornador, I'll flip the lever up, and I'll spray compressed air and water to rinse the whole thing. You can actually see, do you see that dirty water dripping down? That's actually what that looks like. Whoa, sorry guys. There you go. So here we go. And now, once again, I'll flip the lever down so that I only have compressed air coming out, and I will dry it instead of trying to get all the cracks and crevices dry with my towel. And bam, I can wipe up the excess water with my towel just like that. And I can be done and I can move on. And so there's one more thing that I want to show you about the Tornador, and I'll make another video probably about the Tornador with the tires, the Tornador with the carpets. But I want to show you one other area with the Tornador, and it is these runners below the seats that the seats go up and down on. These are an area of all cars that get very, very, very dirty. So I hope you can see that. Do you see all those crumbs and stuff in these runners where the seat sits and goes, you know, you can move it up or back in these runners. Now this is an area where a lot of people probably don't detail. However, this is another area where people, they won't detail it because they don't know how to get to do it, really. They don't know how to get into these areas. And it's these kind of things, like these kind of really tight areas where there's a lot of tools, nuts and bolts. The door jambs are another place. There's all this tight space and all these gaskets and just different things that people don't end up detailing it because they don't know how. Because they don't know how to do it, because the toothbrush is not going to fit in all those spaces. You can get some of it, but it's not going to fit everywhere. So what I do is, again, I'm going to take my Purple Power degreaser, and I wish my phone would focus easier. Purple Power degreaser, because this is a great grease cutting agent, okay? It's just very powerful on its own without any scrubbing. And I'll literally just spray it all in here pretty liberally, okay? And I'll give it a little bit of dwell time, which means I'll just let it sit so that it breaks down some of this dirt and grime. And then what I'll do is I'll take a brush, that's like a toothbrush, and I'll just scrub like this, different areas. And I've got a longer bristle brush, it's a painter's brush right here that fits into a lot of different areas like this. So I'll just scrub like this, pretty simply, okay? Don't worry too much about getting back in here because the seat is actually sitting in that part, so it's really impossible to get in there, but like this. And then what I'll do is I will take the Tornador and I'll make sure the lever is up so that the water is coming out, and I'll just blast compressed air and water into this space, and the degreaser has broken a lot of this up, so the water will just rinse it away. So check this out. Okay, and now I'll switch the lever back down so that I can dry it out and get the water out. Okay, so again, that's my air compressor, but check this out. Do you see the difference? Like, that's insane, right? No brush or amount of, detailing could have gotten you in those spaces well enough to do that. That's kind of a great example of what I'm talking about saving you time and at the same time allowing you to produce better results. That took me no time at all. Pretty much all I did was spray, rinse with the Tornador, and dry it out with the Tornador, and I moved on. And it actually allowed me to detail out an area of this car where a lot of people would not ever touch. And so once again, right there, that Tornador, that tool, just allowed me to raise my level of service that I bring to the table when I'm detailing cars. Detailing out the runners where the seat sits. Well, people don't do that because they don't know how, they don't have the right tools, they don't have the right, brushes. And as you can see, I have an arsenal of brushes down here, and that's just 3 of the hundreds that I feel like I have. But once again, my videos are to help you understand the right product coupled with the right tool produces an awesome result. And now I get to charge, and I get to make $35 an hour as a college student, or I get to make $45 an hour as a college student, and that's incredible, you know what I'm saying? And I also produce a better result than what you're gonna get, bringing it to this, worker bee detailing place, right? So anyways, the Tornador is a very important tool in my world and in my arsenal, but it is important to understand that, number one, the Tornador is not that cheap. It's about $160 to $180, and it's a tool that you have to have other accessories in order to even use. And what I mean by that is you have to have an air compressor. So if you don't have an air compressor, you're not going to be able to use the Tornador because it shoots out compressed air. So it's one of those things that you're going to have to decide in your own world as a do-it-yourselfer or as a pro detailer. Is this something that is going to, number one, help me? Which, of course, I think absolutely the answer is yes. But number two, do you have the money to invest and buy an air compressor and buy a Tornador and all that stuff? But I think that yes, absolutely, it's worth the money. Yes, the Tornador is incredible. Once again, I will make more videos on the Tornador to help you guys understand even more of what it does and more areas where I use it on, but that was just one specific area. I just want to highlight this point one more time, that I don't hook solution up into the Tornador. I only use water. I use solution in a bottle to pre-treat whatever area I'm working on, and then I use the Tornador to come in and rinse it with water. I do the same thing with carpets. I'll treat the carpet with a degreaser or with the all-purpose cleaner, scrub it, get the stain kind of worked up, and then blast the Tornador with the water shooting out, and it rinses away that dirt, and then I can come and mop it up with a microfiber towel. And that's an important point, just because a lot of people hook up solution to the Tornador, and it may work for you, that's good, but I think water is just a really, it's so simple, but if you know what you're doing and you have, once again, the right product coupled with the Tornador, it works incredibly just with water hooked up to it. And as a rule, I actually don't use distilled water to do that. I just use hose water. A lot of people really don't, a lot of detailers will probably say they use distilled water and you need to do that, but that's just not something that's too essential. So my air compressor is still going in the background, but I mean, I hope that makes sense how the Tornador really just can make your world easier in that it makes you have to be almost less aware of the details. And it sounds kind of bad because, like, you're a detailer, so you ought to be good at getting in the details, but it's like the Tornador just allows you to not spend so much time on kind of these really detailed areas. It kind of details it all out for you almost, and you don't have to waste a bunch of time like sitting there, really detailing things out. Now, as far as pricing goes, sorry, that's the trash guy. The Tornador can essentially replace a steamer in a lot of aspects. Now, don't crucify me because I said that. It's not a steamer, and it's not going to do everything a steamer does, but there's a lot of things about the Tornador that kind of work in the same way as a steamer and can help you not only just raise, as a professional detailer, raise your level of service, your level of value and quality that you bring to the table, but it also kind of saves you money because steamers, a good steamer is going to be around $700 to $800 at least for a really good industrial steamer, and I'm a fan of the VX5000, but the Tornador will kind of replace that tool for you in a lot of different areas. Hey guys, I am back at my house and I'm done detailing that Jetta, and I don't know why, but my phone is an iPhone 5S, and it, well, how do I put this? Sucks. So I don't know what happened, but my videos that I tried to take didn't work. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this video here as far as my first video for the Tornador, but understand that I am gonna come out with many more videos about the Tornador, and what I showed you in this video is just a very little snapshot of all of the wonders and the things that it can do. So I'll probably label this video something like Tornador Part 1 Interior Detailing, and I'll have a part 2 and a part 3 and a part 37 probably. But anyways, guys, number one, if you would like to buy the Tornador, go to the description box below this video, click the show more box, and there will be a link, and it will be very clear which one to use in order to get to the Tornador. I'm also going to put a link for the Purple Power product, that is the degreaser that I use. I'll also put a link to the air compressor that I use with the Tornador, and I will also put a link to an air compressor hose, because you have to connect the Tornador to the air compressor. So I'll give you a link that'll give you an air compressor hose as well. And all of those links are safe. They'll take you right to the product on Amazon.com, and yes, so use my links. Number two, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, please subscribe, because I'm going to come out with videos like this all the time. I literally posted a video that's like 45 minutes long all about leather seats, how to clean them, what to use, 2 days ago. So I'm posting videos very regularly. Subscribe to my channel, because the more subscribers I get, the more it shows me that people like the videos I'm putting out and they're actually helping people. So that would be awesome. Number three, like this video if you like it. Dislike it if you disliked it, and leave me a comment. Nothing outrageous or like inappropriate or anything like that. I know people are weird and do that, and there was one guy who commented and said, anyways is not a word, because I say anyways a lot, but I'm gonna keep using it because it's habit, man. Okay, not a big deal. But comment and leave me a comment about something that you'd like me to make a video about in regard to the detailing world, because for a lot of beginners out there, I don't remember like certain things that people, are wondering about or anything, because I've been doing this for a long time. So leave me a comment, tell me what kind of video you want me to make, and I will make one about it, and I will promise I will try to help you out as much as I can, because my videos are literally meant to help. But apart from that, guys, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, Wilson Auto Detailing, and just be on the lookout for more videos on my channel. Alright, guys? I'll see you next time.